Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am running a little bit late today. I was out mowing and kind of lost track of time. So, my apologies. So, today I am on my ResslerMania YouTube channel as well as my ResslerMania Twitch channel. And this is water. So, how is everybody doing this fine day today? And thank you very much for being patient. I do appreciate it. All right. So, just going to give YouTube just a little bit of time to send this out to people to let them know that I am alive. Hey, Gemma Journey Grace, how you doing? Again, I am so sorry. Oh, and Lee, oh my goodness. I'm inundated by Ukrainians. So we have people from the UK. Thank you both very much, Gemma and Lee. I appreciate it very, very much. It's my YouTube niece, Gemma Grace. So she has a wonderful channel over there, autism awareness, and so much more. So go over and check her out. And Lee over at Anfield Road Layout in the Loft. He does a lot of train layout stuff, unboxings. He does a lot of good stuff. Go check him out as well. And you're very welcome, Gemma. And I am doing just fine, thank you. I got the stitches out in my back, but they put what do you call it? The butterfly strips on them, and they put it under a bandage. So I was able to take the bandage off today, but the strips are still on. But it's a lot better now. Not anywhere near as itchy. But I was out mowing my lawn and I lost track of time. So my apologies to everybody that I'm on here just a little bit late. And thank you, Gemma, so much for sharing this out. I appreciate it. And I am also getting over a head cold. So I'm going to be sipping some water. And I might cough every once in a while, but you know. Oh, yes. Butterfly strips are, I think, the surgeon's like go-to tool. That and super glue. So, yeah, super glue, some butterfly strips, good to go. Although I did have some stitches in as well, like I said, and they had to take those out. That was not fun. But it was a lot better because I had staples in my legs. I had years ago, I had an issue with my legs and I had to have a vein stripping because I was getting clots in my leg, in that one leg. And they stripped the vein out and they put metal clips in, and those were really uncomfortable. But thank you, Gemma. Gemma asked how the family is. The family is doing great. Thank you so much. Elias is, according to his psychiatrist and psychologist and everybody, that again, he is getting more and more independent and he may be able to go out on his own. So we have been looking for places for him, not placement, actually like apartments, houses, those kind of things. So he went to his first place to take a look at. He didn't like it, but it was an experience for him. So that's the first step. Yes. And also we were told to every once in a while go like a long weekend, which we've done that a few times, to have him stay in the house by himself. And of course, we only were away like maybe an hour and a half down the road. So, at the parents-in-law's house. So we were fairly close if anything happened. And then we were told to, do a little more And so we did, I think it was a 4-day. Yeah. So we did a 4-day, and that did really good. We went over by Philadelphia way, not in Philadelphia, a place called Doylestown, which is just outside of Philadelphia. And that's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours away. So we were a little more nervous because we were a little further away, but he did really well on that. So we were told by his team, take a 7-day trip somewhere if we can do it. So we're going to go to Washington, D.C., because there's, of course, the Smithsonian Institutes down there. And let's see, the people who are on now, Gemma and Lee, I can feel free to say this. I'm not really all that political person. You seldom hear me say anything political on any of my channels. I try to stay away from that. But our current president did make mention that he was going to take away some funding from the Smithsonian if they didn't shut down some museums like the African American History Museum. And that's one of the ones we did not see because we were there maybe 20 years ago when the kids were real little. And that museum was being built and also another one was being built that we want to see as well. So, and because it's been about 20 years, there's going to be some in there that we want to go back and look at again. So 7 days, it's going to take us 7 days to do everything we want to do down there anyway. So that works. And Washington, D.C. is about 3.5 hours away, 4 maybe. So again, a little more nerve-wracking, but we were told by the therapist it's probably the best thing to do. Just be a little bit further away, let the team take care of any major issues, because that's what's going to happen if he moves out on his own anyway. So it's a good first step. Gemma, yeah, I only speak on political issues when it concerns on autism or disability, like I did recently, that had to be done. And I did see that, Gemma. Thank you. Yeah, you have a good video up on that and good explanation. So, and I agree with you. So thank you for sharing your opinion on that issue, on that autism issue. I do appreciate it. What I normally do is I start sharing about this time what has been on my channel, see if there's any questions or concerns. Also, what YouTube videos are coming up in the future. Oh, well, thank you, Gemma. So one of the things that was, oh, by the way, I do have my second camera set up. And last time I did this, the audio was kind of weird. And here to find out that the reason why it was weird is because this second camera, when I set it up in StreamYard, for some reason it switched the audio to go out of the camera. So you weren't picking me up by the microphone, the professional microphones. You were, because I have one on either side here of me. Oh, you can kind of see the other one over here. So there's one here and there's one there. So when I turn my head, you can hear me, or should be able to. But last time it was being picked up by this camera here, just the audio. So that's why the audio was a little weird. But I figured out that little hiccup. So, well, thank you, Jim. I sound very professional. Oh, Good night, Lee. Thank you very much. And I know you two are staying up very late just to come in to say hi. I very much appreciate that. Night, Lee. And let's see. I'm going to add now the USS Joseph P. Kennedy destroyer. And the funny thing about this is I got a few comments saying the Joseph P. Kennedy is not a, what did I accidentally put? A battleship. It's a destroyer. Well, I put battleship. What I meant to say was warship. It's the generic term for a ship, a U.S. naval ship, a warship, to try to get more clicks. But I got so many people saying it's not a battleship, it's a destroyer. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So again, I meant to say warship, but I figured, I'll just go ahead and change it to destroyer. So that's what I did. And in the video, I am calling it a destroyer, which was correct. It just for some reason, instead of putting warship, I put battleship because I think it's in Battleship Cove and I had battleship on the brain because of the place it was at. But anyway, we did a tour on that. And yeah, technically it's the same word, battleship and warship, but there is a naval designation, and being military, it also warship is clickbait, which my oldest son likes to say, which if he was on here, he'd probably say, yeah, that was clickbait, or unintentional clickbait or something like that. So, hey, look at that. Son of a gun. No, I did see you, Quinn. Thank you, Quinn, for coming in. I very much appreciate that, as always. But anyway, that was one of the videos that I did. And let's see. That was one of the travel videos. And trying to figure out which one I want to bring up next. So the other video that I did, I have to do a screen share here again. So just give me a second. But it was the wireless charger, the Inu, I never figured out how to pronounce that. Inu W1211 wireless charger. And that is because my wife's charger overheated. And sorry, I'm reading the chat at the same time. So good interaction, guys. I appreciate that. But my wife's phone charger burned up. It overheated. And this one, if you okay, but this wireless charger is supposed to have chips in it to keep it from overheating. And so far, it hasn't overheated. Now, I know I just put the video out, but I actually had it for a few months. Or I should say my wife had it for a few months, and she uses it every night, puts her phone on it. So it's had its uses, and if it didn't work, I wasn't going to put it up. I was going to take it down. But it works, and it works very well. So highly advise that if you are looking for a wireless charger, go ahead and take a look at that. Now, the next travel video that I'm doing is I'm actually back in Pennsylvania with this video. And it's something that Skip Smith, who is actually the StreamYard that I'm using, he's allowing me to use his StreamYard to do this. He loves Yuengling beer. So we went to the Pottsville Yuengling Brewery, which is actually the oldest brewery that's still brewing in America. So and it is the Pottsville, Pennsylvania plant. I didn't know that till I went there. I thought it was like a Samuel Adams or something like that. Nope, it's the Yingling Brewery. Now there are other older beers and brews, but they like switched to another brewery to continue brewing. So their original brewery, that's hard for me to say, brewery was, knocked down or it had fire or something like that. But the Yingling Brewery is now the oldest original buildings and the oldest brewery in America. So that was kind of cool. And if you see back in here, you can see an old brew tub way back there. And this is a tunnel that we went through. That's actually a rock tunnel right there. So that's where they used to put the beer, cool the beer, and all that good stuff. So that was really interesting. Now, of course, they don't brew it that way anymore, but they still brew it on site. But they kept that area open and they do tours in there. So I thought that was really cool. And the next, why can't I bring that up? Oh, the next video on my Tech Tuesdays, again, I use tech very loosely, is going to be the Ulanzi Go Quick 2 magnetic backpack clip. Because as you can see here, you can use it as a clip, and on the bottom there is magnetic. So, for instance, when Healthy Home Cooking is doing some cooking stuff, I actually clip that onto the metal part of the fan, of the exhaust fan, and that's how one of the cameras is sitting right on that. So we can get a down shot of her cooking. So that's how I get that done. And that is about it as far as what is coming up, like what I did, what's coming up. Do we have any questions, any concerns, any complaints? All that good stuff. Yeah, it's the magnetic backpack clip. Yeah, that was really good. A good idea, and it's come in handy quite a bit. And if you guys didn't see the one about the neck holder, you're going to hear weird noises here. Oh, it's over here. But this comes in really handy too. Goes around the neck. The camera goes on here, and I can be hands-free with my stuff. So that one was a Tech Tuesday 2 weeks ago. So that really comes in handy. So it's incredible how these small things make a huge difference in the studio. Yeah, I agree. Do the content that you're passionate about, and at least you'll have fun doing it. Because if and every once in a while I do get burnout. That's why if you look on my channel, there's about 50 videos that I have that are called members first, because members get to view it first. But I have it all the way out, or almost all the way out to the end of the year. So the members are able to see that now, but then people start seeing that as I make them live. So the Tech Tuesdays that are coming up, actually the 2 videos that I just showed you that are coming up, my YouTube members have access to that now. Over on Patreon, I'm starting to get the videos ported over there. I'm I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll have them all over there so that the YouTube members and the Patreon members will both have access to them at the same time. Because right now it's YouTube members first, then it's Patreon members, and then it's YouTube normal. Okay. So hopefully again, by the time I get caught up, then the Patreon members and the YouTube members will have them up at the same time. Of course, Patreon will not have any commercials on it at all because the paid members are already paying for it. The YouTube members, they will have some advertisements at the beginning and at the end. Every once in a while, even though I ask YouTube not to play any advertisements in the middle, every once in a while they throw one in. I don't know why. I ask them not to do that. So, because there is a button there that you can unclick, to say no mid-roll advertisements, but they put it in anyway every once in a while to make themselves money. Yes, some comments are nice if they're helpful suggestions. I agree. But usually comments I find being mean and telling me what to do, I ignore. And yes, for the most part, if they tell me what to do, unless it's quite obvious that I screwed up, I ignore them too. And if they are mean, every comment I see before I let them go on YouTube. So if it's something that's nasty, I just delete them and nobody ever sees it. So that's the way I handle it. Now because I'm getting more and more YouTube members, I do have a harder time keeping up with the comments, but I am keeping up with them. It may take me a few days, but I keep up with them. Yep, Paladin Studio, you got it. But yeah, that's what I do. I have them held, and then when I look at them, and sometimes I'll keep them in there for a few days, and I'll read over them a few times because I don't quite understand what they're asking or what they're saying. And then after a few days, if I still don't understand it, then I just delete it. And I have had in the past people to say, thank you. And then I let it go. But then I'll get another comment about that comment. And it's like, you're being a jerk about the leave Rustler alone. I'm like, what? So I'll go back. And what had happened is the person who put thank you, they edited it to put something completely different in there. And I didn't catch it. So when people comment on those comments, that alerts me to, oh, something must have changed. So then I go back, and if it's a nasty comment, I just delete the whole thread. And, it's 20 after 7 here. So I think it's, 20 after 11? We're in the UK, Gemma? So if that's true, thank you or later, but thank you very much for staying up. But yeah, Gemma says she sees that occasionally too when people change their comment and try to get away with it. So, all righty. So it is, it's 20 after midnight. I was an hour off. My goodness. Well, thank you so much, Gemma. I was honored before. Now I'm even more honored for you to stay up that late because I'm at the age, I don't stay up at midnight anymore. I'm done with that stuff. All righty. Well, if there are no other concerns, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of shut all this down and going to get ready for the evening because the wife is going to be coming back very soon. So I just want to see how her day was. And that's about it. Unless somebody has any other questions. So I thank everybody for coming in. I did see a larger number up top. But the people who were in the chat, Gemma, Lee, Quinn, and I think that's the only ones who actually typed anything in, but there was a bit larger number in there, people watching in the background, and that's okay too. So there are sometimes I will lurk in the background. I do that with Gemma sometimes too. I just kind of listen as I'm doing work. So I understand. And without further ado, that is it. Again, I thank you so very much. And as always, have a great day.